What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you hit the subscribe button? I do this every single day, except for the days that I don't. So in today's video, I just want to do a little recap on band protocol. So I want to take a look at the price of band. Band has finally shown a little bit of a sign of strength. It is showing the early indicators of a trend reversal. It's been in a very long accumulation, so the ability for markup is definitely there. So let's not waste any more time and let's just take a look at band protocol. There we are on band. So shout out to those in the VIP group. We entered band down here. We're freaking killing it on band. Now, you know, we bought the spring. Spring is very aggressive. We saw this really long accumulation inside of band. So we had this buyer's climax. It was a double top. It ended in a downtrend. Then we had this sideways consolidation for a very long time. So we had our seller's climax, automatic rally, set that range, got our spring. You can see the spring on volume here. After the spring, the volume subsided. This is indicating that, you know, the composite operator is not selling. The institutions are not selling. That is our phase C. Then we broke the top of the range. It gave it back. We broke it again. It tested it. It tested it again, broke through on a spring, and then tested it one more time. And that final test is where us in the VIP group, we had entered here, and then we also entered here at the bottom of the trading range. And we now have flashed our sign of strength. So you guys are not too late to the party here. A backup on top of this trading range, or if we start to consolidate inside of a little bit of a flag here, you know, if we get a flag, a break of that flag would be a very good entry. So mark the top of this sign of strength. If you get a break of that top, it would be a good entry. But you know, the better entry would be down at the top of the trading range for a backup. Things are very bullish right now. Don't wait for backups to happen. Have two places where you're going to enter. You can enter at the bottom of the range, or you can enter at the break of the top of the range. So low leverage, if you are using leverage, you know, when you're in a choppy environment, you have to crank up the leverage and kind of scalp the trades a little bit. But because we're in markup, really, I highly suggest that you at least cut your leverage in half, cut your position size in half, and double your stop loss. You need to give the assets room. Things are really volatile. There's a lot of shakeouts. There's a lot of volatility that's going to stop out positions, and that adds liquidity, and then the assets are appreciating. So let's just realize what is happening and understand that as these assets become really bullish, the markup gets stronger and stronger. And when you have that strong markup, you know, having a 10% stop loss, unless you're really good at entries, it's probably not good enough. You know, especially if you're buying the top of the range where there are many fake outs, you need to make sure that your stop loss is at least the width of the range. Sometimes more. You know, if there's a big shakeout in Bitcoin, the market feels it. So what we have done inside of the group is we are, you know, changing our strategy a little bit to give ourselves a little bit more room. You know, the prices that we're seeing, I mean, YFI is up 50% at the time of recording this video. So we're seeing a lot of markup. You don't need crazy leverage on these things, you know, 3 to 5x tops. So band, it's just flashed the sign of strength. This sign of strength is also confirming the new uptrend. So, you know, we had a high, a low, lower high, lower low. Oh, this is a higher high, but it ended in a lower low. And then we had a higher high, and then we had a higher low, and now we have a new higher high. So we can only assume that we're going to have a higher low. If we do confirm on that higher low, which would be in confluence with a backup, if we get that higher low, we're going to see a very significant move, because that is going to be, you know, a lot of the traders, especially whales who have a lot of money, they're not going to enter a trade at the beginning here. They're going to enter when it's when there's strong confirmation, unless they were the institutions who were accumulating. If they're the high volume traders, they're going to wait for that backup. They're going to wait for the signal. They're going to wait for the break. And that's when you're going to see the money come in. I've got some very bullish targets. Now, nothing on this channel is financial advice. I have these bullish targets because of the fact that, well, the market's bullish. So I have a take profit level at $21. and I have a take profit at $26. Usually I go for the big evens, so I would have gone at like $19 or $24. But like I said, we're very bullish, so I'm just going to wait for these targets to get hit. How did I get that target? Well, I went from the local or the all-time high to the local low. And then my take profit is the 1.272, very traditional take profit level, especially in Forex markets. There are a ton of Forex traders inside of cryptocurrency. And then another one at the 1.618. Now, when I say that those are my targets, this is not an exit the position thing, but by the time I get to the 1.272, my position will be 100% de-risked. And what that means is that I am going to take profits and I'm going to move my stop loss up to break even. So that's very common for me. I hit the 1.272. I have a certain amount that I like to invest with. Let's just say it's $1,000. So I take $1,000 off of the table and I move my stop loss up to break even. Now I've got that $1,000 to invest in another setup, and I have a position inside of band where I'm not concerned. And you know, emotion is the money killer inside of this market. You can't be emotional. So the easiest way to become, you know, not emotional and become very chill and able to handle the volatility is to know that you can't have a loss. So moving your stop loss up to break even is a fantastic way to do that. Band looks solid. You know, I made earlier videos on this channel where I was bearish on band, and that's because we were in a downtrend, and it wasn't until we made it to here that I flipped bullish. And you know, this was the first higher high right here, and then we started making higher lows. When the trend is your friend until it ends. When it's a downtrend, don't buy. When it's an uptrend, look for entries. That's all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and if there are any coins that you would like me to take a look at, leave them in the comments section down below. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.